Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's the takeaway with me, Mr B, him, TalkMU, and him, Matt from Football United TV. Tonight we talk about Ousmane Dembele, Neves, Bailly, Endrick, and of course, Van der Beek.
MU. Oh. Do you know what,
Right.
folks? Let me just cut it over now, Mr. B. Folks, that I am looking at changing that track because I know a lot of people have been saying that's Ollie at the wheel. It's Ollie at the wheel, but I just love the way it flows after the Ollie at the wheel bit. I love the way it flows, and it ends on that, MUFC. Bam, you're in. So I like that part about it.
We'll try and keep the MUFC bit, yeah, but we maybe do need to we probably do need to change it a bit. Friday night, how you doing, Matt? It's good to see you. It's good to see your eyes are a little bit open tonight, big man.
Yeah, I'm glad you're seeing that. I thought I'd bring my Friday game with me, Mr B. Do you know what I mean?
A bit tired.
A bit of a curveball. I've been working very early start for me. Okay, so I'm glad I'm still up. Okay, and doing this. All right. So thank you so much for having me on as well, Mr B and Talk. Thank
you. Anytime.
Pleasure.
Mark Edmund.
Yes. Big up Australia.
We see you. Oh, breakfast time. It's breakfast time, no?
Yep.
Yeah, he's finally cooked. He's finally catching the show. Welcome, man. Bargav, I see ya.
Yes,
welcome.
My bro Bargav in the building. Big up, bro, all the way over from Florida. Is it, Matt? Is it Florida, isn't it?
Florida, mate. Yeah, right.
Over in Florida in the USA. Arsenal fan, but we won't hold that against him.
Good guy. Just support the wrong team. We know.
I've been trying to, I've been trying to slowly drag him over, but he's resisting, really resisting.
It's all right. He'll come over to the red side soon. Lads. Couple more days left until we have our marathon on our station where we discuss our transfers in. He says as his nose keeps growing and growing. But look, as it is, we've been linked to a couple of players and we've got somebody who's actually not going to go out on loan. We'll start with the player who's not going out on loan. Bailly. Looks like his loan's been denied.
Good.
Matt, what we saying? Oh, talk. What we saying?
No, my thoughts on Eric Bailly. I love Eric Bailly. I think he's a great player. I know a lot of people have got we're all the same, aren't we, when it comes to players. Everybody's got their own players they think is not that great, and some who are. But I just love Eric Bailly because of his tenacity, his strength, his speed. I know he can be a little bit overzealous sometimes, but that's what I like. That I like the way he gets in at players and just doesn't give a hoot. You know what I mean? I really like Eric Bailly, so I'm glad he's not going anywhere.
How are you feeling about Eric Bailly, Matt?
I'm feeling pretty cool about the fact that he's not going, Mr. B. Look, he got dropped, I think, after games where he actually played good. And that's the thing about Bailly, is that he has that within him, I think, to be able to partner up with someone like Varane. I think Maguire has been a little bit of a flop for us since that signing. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. Great for England, maybe, but for United, for some reason, not a very good captain in my eyes. Bailly does play for the badge. Like you see, when he's Europa League final, I think when we won it, he was like one of the happiest people I saw in that dressing room. Like I think he does love the club, and I think we should. I think I'm very glad that we've kept him, and I think we should try and keep him a little bit longer. We've kept Phil Jones this long, so why can't we keep Bailly this long?
Yeah,
my issue with Bailly, to be honest, is that he's never bloody fit. I mean, I know he wants to move to play football.
But Phil Jones. Who would you have though, Mr. B?
Good question.
Bailly.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would have Bailly.
There you go.
I'm taking Bailly all day.
for me, like with Eric Bailly, I think he is a good asset to the squad. I think he's a good asset to the team. You know, and I think, like you say, with his injuries record and everything else, yeah, you know what it is. But for me, I would rather him just, you know, if he's happy to stay, and he knows he's going to be the squad player, and it's rotation when you're fit. You know, you get your chance, you play, boom, boom, boom. If he's happy with that, I'm happy with that. Simple as that.
Okay. So we agree then. So all three of us have agreed nice and early that we're glad that we're glad by he's staying, yeah?
Yeah, man, we're happy with that.
Great Friday night. So far.
1 down, 5 to go, 4 to go. I've got one for you.
Mm-hmm.
We've been linked with a player who plays for Palmeiras. Endrick.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm saying yes, so I'm expecting you guys to say you've seen him on YouTube and he's done this on a video and that on a video. All I will say about Endrick, he's 15-year-old, plays for Palmeiras. Yeah. Obviously, he's too young to get a contract. So all the European clubs are sniffing around him. And they want to be inserting an £83 million buyout clause.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, I know he scored, I think it was 5 goals over 90 minutes in 3 games. So split over 3 games. Yeah, 15-year-old, looks like absolute talent. But again, you know, it's always a risk. You know, it's always a risk when it comes to young talent like that. However, having said that, where is the best place for a young talent like that, who's still malleable, who's still quite sponge-like? Where's the best place for a kid like that to go? And there's no better place than Man United.
See, talk. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, right? You say this all the time, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna disagree just a little bit.
Go on.
Oh, you've seen Matt saying a lot. We ain't won shit.
No, you know what you're saying,
bro. Right? So why are we this place where everybody wants to come now?
Mr. B, because let me just put it this way, right? Because look, every club goes through, as we know, domination, you have a fall. Dominate, you have a fall. You can never be. We are the only club that will ever do what we did. No club ever will do what we did again and dominate like we did. Never again will we see that. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The whole mentality and the whole heart of our club is based around youth. That's what we are. That we will never lose that identity. So go on, Matt.
Can I just throw in a name here that will make you go ding? Jude Bellingham.
Ding,
Jude Bellingham.
Ding, ding, ding.
Why did he not choose to go to Manchester United when he's so close to home? He wanted to be in this country. He chose Dortmund.
Yeah, but Matt,
he went around Alex Ferguson. He went around the whole training facility. He probably went, this is better for me.
Matt, listen, hold on. Let me just say this. Like, listen, with Jude Bellingham, you know what it is? He wanted to fast track. He wanted to fast track his playing time and his name on the stage. That's what he wanted to do.
Look at Sancho.
Look what's happening. I know. But look, listen.
He's looking at that now, going, "I'll never take a deal with Man United if they come for me." Like, look, Sancho's like, "Look, man, just stay where you are. You're getting Champions League every year. Like, you're developing well. Your price tag's going up every single year. Look at me now. Mine's gone down."
He's gone. Listen, he's gone to Dortmund because, you know, like I said, he can fast track his name, he can fast track his playing time, he can fast track his experience. Also, at the same time, you know what? He knows that eyes of the rest of the European clubs are on Dortmund because of what they do with young players. So that in itself inflates his potential. So it was a great in terms of his agent and his everything else. It all made sense because let's be clear. What is the first? When you're a young player, you dream of playing and everything else. I know that, but then what is the most, like, the big thing? It's money, isn't it? You want the money and you want the fame and you want everything else.
Yeah, but if he wanted the money and the fame, if he wanted the money, he would have.
But he wouldn't have got the. This is what I'm saying. He would have asked that question, Mr. B. right, okay, am I guaranteed X, Y, and Z? No, you're not. You don't come United, you're not guaranteed nothing. You have to earn it.
But this is what the question I've always thought as well, and it's quite a simple question. How many young talents from Man United since Sir Alex Ferguson left has become world class and gone on to do major things? Nobody.
And before you answer that question, if you're watching, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share button. If you're new to the channel, hit the notification bell. Continue, please.
Yeah, so I just think since Alex Ferguson's left, there hasn't really, the youth development hasn't really shone through. We look at people like Rashford and Lingard, and look what's happening with Lingard right now. And even like a few months ago, we were looking at Rashford going, maybe he's lost his head with what he's doing politically. And
hold on.
Development looks terrible from a bird's eye view and every angle.
Listen, a great orchestra cannot be a great orchestra without the guy at the front with the stick. I forgot what he's called. What do they call him?
Guy with the stick.
Yeah, you know, he leads the orchestra. What do they call him now?
Conductor.
That's him, the conductor. Okay, so there's my analogy right there. And again, we've since Fergie left, we've stumbled, we've tripped, we've got back up, we've fallen down again. You know, we were a bit drunk at the moment, punch drunk the club all over the shop because we were so high up. And the true saying is, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. And it was true for us. But we are still producing great talent. There's no two ways about that. Until we find
shit.
No, but Mr. B, once we find that right person that's coming, but it's not just the right person. This is all about as well the transition, because you're not just going to get the right person bang like you get lucky. You might get lucky and get the right person who just comes in and goes fizz bang wall and we're at it again. There has to be this is where now it's crucial that the club make the right decision now in terms of Ralph Rangnick, in terms of who comes in, whether he stays for a bit longer because they can see the value and benefit of what he's doing right now, or they make the right decision in terms of who he recommends that they bring in. They have to trust him in that process. That can really reduce the time limit in terms of us getting back to anywhere near being able to challenge for the league. Cups, I ain't asked about cups. Don't even talk to me about cups. Don't care. We've got nothing to prove to anybody in any cup competition.
But you
nothing,
say that. See, talk.
No.
And this, bro. See, you're not bothered. I am, because unless you're winning things, winning trophies, and that's what it's all about, winning. At the end of the day, nobody's gonna want to bloody come to us. They're gonna choose somebody else over us, and this is my point. We don't have that pulling power.
But Mr. B, winning in a cup competition, like we've said many times, you get a bit of luck, you play well, you get some good decisions, you're halfway there. That does not necessarily mean that you're going to be a good sort of advert for any potential signings. It's about your league form. You take your league form into the cup competitions, bro.
I'll tell you what. We can do fuck all in the league. If we win the Champions League, I want you to remember what you just said to me about that and not caring and all of this shit, right? Because no, yeah, exactly. See, don't get me wrong. I already know.
I'd be happy if we did. I'd be happy if we did, but I ain't asked about it. I'm not like, I want to go and win this, that, and in terms of cups. No, my first priority for me is that league form, that league. Doing well in the league, being challenging, always consistently challenging. But anyway, let's move on. We've
been told off. Matt, before we drift, go on. I know you got something to talk about.
I just think Newcastle are closer to winning a Premier League than we are, and they're fighting relegation right now. That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, getting back to this youngster. Let's get back to the youngster.
Yeah.
This young kid. I mean, look, the value here is what is. So as far as I'm looking here, is it looking like that they're going to try and, inflate his price and get a load of money out of us?
Well, the thing is, he can't move to a European club until he's 18 anyway.
Yeah.
Which means that whichever contract they give him, I'm going to assume if he's under 18 and with the EU and the Brexit, would he be coming to us first? Would he be coming to the UK first? Matt, I know you're a connoisseur for the European and South American laws and bylaws. What's your take on that?
Well, he can come over here, but I certainly don't think he's going to get in at a 15-year-old. Like, surely not. He's going to at least 16, and you wouldn't really want to put that much pressure on the young lad. We've got a lot of players at our club anyway that are out on loan that can do jobs. What's the name of that matey boy from Chile that we've got? I've even forgot his name that we've forgotten about. Yeah, right. And he's a great talent, so it will take a little bit of time. I wouldn't go in for him right now. I'd let not to be horrible, but a smaller club go in for him, and then we take him after when he's 21, 22. It won't be, the price won't be too high, I don't think. But I think taking a bargain on a 15-year-old like that is a bit strong. Maybe look at options right now that we can actually fit in and sort this team out.
Yeah, not loan players. Not players that we would have
15-year-olds to sort the job. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what the hell? What's going on? This ain't World War One. Like, you know.
Well, look. I mean, look. We're talking about 15-year-old players now. We've been linked. I think everybody and their mother's been linked with Ousmane Dembele. Obviously, he's not 15. He was probably great at 15. Is he great now? Is he worth the punt? No. And I haven't bloody finished. I might change your mind. But
he's a winger.
And we've been linked with him for £25 million per year. Just before I say anything else, how much games do you think he's played for Barcelona in the last 5 years?
About one. He's not played that many games.
Or are you laughing because
that's not much more?
It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more.
Yeah, but
right, how much games would he play? How much games a season? 40? 5 times 40
in La Liga, yeah.
Well, just games. How much games has he played for Barcelona?
Oh, so
not started. How much 31 games has he played?
31.
I'm going to say less than that. Yeah, it's got to be less than that, isn't it, Mr. B?
87.
Oh, 87. Okay.
Fair enough. 5 years of football out of what? 250 games?
I thought you meant in one season. Okay, yeah, that's...
Oh, sorry. One season. Sorry, no, I don't know the one season. Who's the kid's name? Sorry. Charlie. It's
Charlie
Endrick, big man. Yeah, Endrick.
That's our Charlie in Brazil.
Yeah, I know it's our Charlie. Endrick. Yeah, you can't afford him at Man City. Sorry, go on.
For me, I'm just not interested in Dembele whatsoever. I'm not bothered. I mean, he's a winger. All right, I know he can play both sides. Blah blah. He's got, supposed to be a talent and all the rest of it. But like we say, we've not seen it at Barcelona. We've heard bad things about his attitude and all the other stuff going on. That kind of money, no way. I'm not interested. We've got enough covered on the wings at the moment. I'm not interested at all. Doesn't do anything for me.
I know. See, I know he's not rocking you about Matt Dembele.
Not for me either, mate. To be fair, he is a good player. He is a good talent when he's fit. But I think we've thrown this in quite a few times in this chat about fitness. He isn't fit enough to be able to play. He seems to be a little bit stroppy, and I know people are a little bit peed off with the way that Barcelona dealt with it. But I think Barcelona look at it and say, well, look, we pay you a lot of wages. We can't afford to give you what we were giving you. This is Barcelona. You're getting your chance. Yeah. Look at Adama Traore now choosing over Spurs to go.
That's not a dig at Spurs by any chance, is it, Matt?
A little bit, you know what I mean? A little bit of evil play there. But the fact is that it is that, you look at it, but if Barcelona come calling for you, if they asked me right now to come and play for them for 10p an hour, I'd do it because it's Barcelona. So I completely agree with their stance on Dembele, but I don't think he'd be the good fit for Man United.
Just on that point, if anybody needs any baby oil in the London area, go to Spurs because they preempted it and bought all the baby oil in the whole of London. So there's none available. You have to go to Spurs, and I'm sure the board there will be putting a proper levy on it. So you have to pay through the nose. That's my little joke.
It was terrible, but it's all right. We'll take it. It's Friday. Look, 14 people watching. I have no idea how much likes we have, but if everybody, one of you, hits a like, then we should have at least 11 more than we've got now.
Yeah, big up as well, everybody. Next,
Neves.
what's next?
Neves.
Ruben. Yes.
Ruben.
Now this
Neves.
is this is something that does tickle me fancy and does sort of get me thinking. You know what?
Matt's dancing as well. Matt's feeling Neves. Okay.
This one, this one, Mr. B, it makes total sense to me because we know what he's like as a player. You know what I mean? He's got all the attributes that we want in that position. They're all there, all singing, all dancing. Great ball control, great technique. He can carry the ball. He can pick out a pass. Good ball control. Strong. Reads the game well. There's loads. He can score goals. He's everything that we're looking for right now. So this one really, really, for me, makes total sense. Why they should. And apparently, we've gone in with a bid that is what, 5. Oh, we have been known with bid about 5 million less than what they're wanting, and his value is around about, what is it, 36 million, something like that.
So we've got rid of all of these bloody wages, and we're going to haggle over £5 million.
Well, that's what we do, isn't it?
We're cheapskates.
We do.
We're a franchise, Mr. B. We don't, they make more money just by talking transfers than actually making them. This is the thing. This is why they like to haggle. It makes more. Matt,
we're not politicians. We're not on here to talk politics. We're on here to talk transfers.
Order.
Right.
But it is the truth in the way that the board deal with it, I think.
I understand that.
Like you said, we've always...
Your eyes are getting smaller. Concentration, Matt.
Hold on. Pat Lawless.
Matt.
Pat Lawless has said he's no Fred. He's no Fred. What? Listen, Fred is... Listen, whilst we're talking about now Ruben Neves, like we just mentioned his attributes, and he's going to be a perfect fit and all the bars. For the right money, I think it's a good signing. In terms of Fred's been improving, but again, there comes a time where if you are progressing, if you've been practicing running, right, and you're getting your times up, and then your times are up, and then you go, right, I'm gonna go and enter this little race now. You're not going to wear the same trainers that you've been practicing running in. You're going to go and buy some new ones because it's going to give you an edge. This is the case with us. Fred has got to that point for me now where we now need to have a better edge. And Ruben Neves provides that edge without question.
He'd be a great buy, wouldn't he, Mr. B? Neves is a talent. Even after like what happened to him, that horrific injury to his skull, he's proven that.
Bruv, you talk about the wrong player, Matt.
No, you're thinking of Jimenez.
Jimenez. Sorry,
you're thinking of Jimenez. He got he got.
Beg your pudding. I would like Jimenez though. Our club. I think
Friday night.
Yeah, I went to a steakhouse. And I said, actually, I'll have a chicken leg. Or the last time I went to Greg's, I always go to Greg's and say, yeah, and they say, do you know when they ask you what you want? And then they go, I'll have 2 portions of chips and gravy and 2 meat potato pies, please. And they go, we don't sell chips. Go, you put them in a bag. Matt, where's your head at, bro?
I would love him. I would love Jimenez to be our striker. I would. I really would. That's why I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming like Jimenez.
But we're talking about Neves.
But Neves is great, and you've seen like how decent what Wolves are at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Their engine.
They are an engine, and Lage definitely got the best out of them. Everybody thought they were probably going to do very badly. The start of the season, they weren't doing very good, and Neves has been a very good part of their midfield. Do you know what I mean? And he shows consistency, I think, as well. And I think that's why they got. I don't know about Neves had. Something's wrong with Matt's head. Yeah, there is.
Listen, folks, Matt's been up he got up early this morning. You've been clipped, apparently, by Freedom.
Oh, my God.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So, Matt, did we get to the understanding? So the 3 of us have agreed here that Neves would be a decent signing. My question to you guys is, with 2 days left, do you think we will? Do you think we can get the? I'm going to be positive. Do you think we can get the deal over the line?
Yeah, of course we
I'm
can.
not sure. I'm not sure it's the signing that we should be looking at, but I'd be happy.
Hold on. Well, we must be looking at this. We've got to look at this position from Ralph's perspective. It gives him, it's it gives him so many positives in terms of strengthening the midfield, giving us more options, but also then giving the sort of notice to Fred and Scott McTominay and Paul Pogba as long as he's there. Look, you know what? Now you've got to up your game. Now you've got to start improving because this is because Neves will raise the bar in that midfield for us. There's no two ways about it. There's other streamers have already talked about is our midfield the best in the Premier League? No, it ain't. It's miles off. There are teams lower than us. There are teams lower than us, right? Way lower than us. Who've got better midfield than United. And so, you know what? At the end of the day, for me, this is a huge plus for us, and I believe we can get it done. We can get it even done on the last day if we have to. Because don't forget, we've already. This is not a new thing. This has already been spoke about many times before with Man United. That romance has been there for a long time now, and he knows we fancy him. It's just a case of now going right. Listen, we picked the destination for the date. Let's have it. Bang.
Can I throw something in, Mr. B? Just I think that looking at Declan Rice as well for that place, Declan Rice and Gallagher as well. The fact that the Chelsea links for both of them, the fact that Gallagher's on loan from Chelsea, one or the other is going to have to miss out, and they're both decent players, and I think they both could fit that part. They're the sort of players that I'm looking at. Neves would be a good shout right now, but I still think one of them.
Yeah, but the value of Neves, Matt, for me, for the money that they're looking for, even in a January signing, for me, that's great value because, like I said, what he brings to the squad is massive for the price they're asking. We can easily go out and buy Neves, and in the summertime go and get this big target like Declan Rice, now it's probably a good time to move on to Kamara, Mr. B.
Doctor Who, future. Kamara in the future. I want to know who we're buying in 2 days. I'll be honest. I'm trying to stay calm, and then I'll talk. We've got the marathon on Monday. I think we're closing the show at 10 o'clock. Matt, if you're about, I know Shah's on. I'm not sure what slot you've got, Matt, but if your eyes are open enough, you're more than welcome to jump on.
Oh, mate,
we'll talk United's fixture failures. But yeah, Kamara. I mean, talk. What are you saying about Kamara? What have you heard? What's on the grapevine?
Well, I in terms of a player for us as a potential signing, with the rumours that are going about. Again, it's all rumours. For me, he's another guy who value for money, exceptional. Real great value for money. He's got a lot to his game that is quite similar. It's more like a destroyer. He's got some different parts and aspects of his game than to Neves. But I've been saying a long time we should be buying more than one midfielder. We should be looking at two. We need two midfielders. We don't need just one. We need two. We need another alternative pairing to rotate with and to make sure that we do dominate that midfield in each game that we go into. So for me, this Kamara kid, I mean, we spoke about him before. He's very quick. He's another one with great timing, great ball skills. The only thing for me with Kamara is what I've noticed when I watched him is, and I don't know if it'd go down well in the Premier League, is he goes to ground a lot. Like Aaron Wan-Bissaka when he makes his challenges, goes to ground. He does it a lot, but it's not in the right areas of the pitch. He doesn't do it by the byline, where it's a safe option for Wan-Bissaka when he goes, you know what? If I make contact with the ball here, it's safe because it's going out for a throw-in. Reset, great. You've done your defensive duty. However, this kid does it a lot in the midfield, and it can sometimes work out, sometimes it can't. And again, doing it in the middle of the park in the Premier League could be a problem because referees, you get it wrong, split timing wrong, you're in trouble, aren't you? You know, we know what it's like. So that's the only one thing that I would say about this kid that kind of I would sort of a question mark about.
Matt,
What's the matter?
I'll tell you what. We're gonna move on to Van der Beek before we shut down the show. Van der Beek is supposed to be moving to Crystal Palace.
Oh.
Can I shout on that? Oh.
Yeah, Matt, I tell you what, you go first. We're going to talk about Van der Beek and Crystal Palace. And this is the beauty of the takeaway. It's Friday night. We've had a hard week. Everybody's brain is shutting down. This is what we're here for. Yeah, so Matt, before you fall asleep, VDB to Crystal Palace. That deal has been set up by his father-in-law, a certain Dennis Bergkamp. What are we thinking? Do we feel that Van der Beek should be allowed to leave because he's not going to get any game time for us? You think it'll be a good move for him?
Oh, mate, it's a good move for him just to get any sort of game time. Surely he's been out for so long. I'm a little bit frustrated about this. I don't think it was Ole signing. I don't think he wanted him in. There's clear evidence of that. And it seems like Rangnick doesn't like him either. We've got Pogba, who is probably going to leave on a free this summer. Donny van der Beek fits in that gap if we need it. Like you said, we're going to be losing a lot of players this summer, potentially. And I just think, why are we going to get rid of him to Crystal Palace? What would be the point of doing that and losing squad depth? The one thing that is keeping us afloat right now is having people to use in the team when these situations of COVID and injuries and AFCON and etc. come up. So I don't get it. He was a good buy, decent value. You're not paying him high wages either. He wants to play for Man United. I heard his agent on TalkSport as well come out and say that Donny knows that he needs to train harder to try and get into the team, and he really wants to be at the club. He wouldn't have chose it otherwise. So this, I don't know, it feels horrible for me because I think he would be a really great fit once Pogba goes.
But well, listen, we've spoke about him in loads, like going back months now. When we even talked about, you know, what is it is training. Remember, we talked about this, Mr B, many times about he must be doing something in training that it's just not clicking for him. And I said at the start, you know, maybe when he first come in and we were talking about why is he not getting game time, and I said maybe his metronome ticks faster than everybody else's, so he has to adjust his game. Now that might be true. That might be true, but it's now becoming quite clear that maybe it's when you listen to what Ralph Rangnick speaks about in terms of, like Paul Pogba, for example. This is what Ralph Rangnick said. I spoke to Paul Pogba on the phone. Yeah, we talked about improving his physicality and technical parts of his game to play in the Premier League. The same must apply to Donny van der Beek. Surely. This is why he's not getting his opportunity.
The one good thing about this whole thing, and I think people don't realise, and this is a really good thing to hear, is he doesn't complain about it.
Well, that's great. Attitude. Yeah, attitude and application. This is what you talk about with youth players, right? But even players who are coming in new, just signed, everything else, they've got to have the same kind of approach. You've got to have the right attitude and the right application in training to prove that you can take the orders that are given to you without any whinging. You do the job for the team. But again, if the tactical side of his game is not balanced up with his physical side of the game, it won't work for him in the Premier League at the moment. So for me, yeah, if it's going to work out for him going to Crystal Palace under Patrick Vieira, for me, they're playing well, they're doing good things. You know what? Why not? It's benefiting us. He's not going to. They're no threat to us at the moment. Crystal Palace probably never will be. But you know what? I don't see it being a problem.
I'll tell you what is a problem before we shut up shop. Man United, we got fined. Little bit of breaking news for us. We've been fined £10,000 by UEFA for a Champions League transgression. We got charged for when the Young Boys game when 3 fans ran onto the pitch during the game.
Okay.
So I suppose that's what 3,000 3,000 are fine, I suppose. Eddie, we see
Yo,
you.
big up.
Thanks for the like, man. Appreciated, man. Yeah, sorry, just to leave with that. Yeah, we've been fined 10 grand. Just a situation with that. Is that a club? Is that a club fault? Is that something the club should be fined for?
Well, I guess they won't be fixing the roof now, seeing as we've been fined that money.
Yeah, but hey, look, listen, you cannot listen unless you're gonna have 2 banks of stewards, yeah, right? Like covering every one. Like now we're talking about social distancing here. Keep 1 meter away from me. No, I want you like right beside me. Unless you're gonna do that all around the stadium in banks of 2, you're always going to get that chance of people being run. I mean, finding us 10k is a ridiculous. I mean, what they should do is, if they're going to find us 10k, then when they find us 10k, donate that 10,000 to a really good cause. Don't just stick it in the fund for your Christmas party, you money grabbing bastards. You know what I mean? It's a lot of nonsense, mate. It is. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Honestly,
It is nonsense.
It's a nonsense.
Oh God, look, Matt, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, mate, loved it.
As always, man. Where can we find you? More importantly,
apart from on cloud number 9, you can find me at Football United TV on YouTube. Go check us out. These guys come on sometimes as well. Really love this channel. The best Man United fan channel there is. Please press subscribe, share, and like if you can. It really means so much. Make this channel where it should be, high up there on a big platform. And go check us out too. Subscribe if you can.
Checks in the post, man. Checks in the post. Say your goodbyes, talk.
Yeah, big up. Listen, everybody who's been in the chat, man, you're all legends as usual. Steve Fletcher, Mark Edmund, me and Mike, Anthony Herbert, Eddie. Who else have we had?
You got to say the boss. You got to mention the boss.
Solo, Charlie. We've got our bro and our cousin all the way over from Brazil. Pat Lawless, Matthew Bassett, Stoney, which is somebody's brother. Bargav, my bro, Miss Melina. Big up to you all, man. Big up to you all for your support. It does mean a lot to us. Brilliant.
This was the Friday night takeaway. This is the Man United agenda, and we are signing out.
Ciao.